Finally got the single DIN in there. I think it looks pretty good, man. I like the blue LED in there. It's not detachable, but the car sits in the garage, and I don't think there will be a time where it doesn't ever sit in the garage, so I'm not really tripping on that. What's good, grind schoolers? It's your boy Rob, and we back in the shop today. This is day number 3, yo. Third video in a row. I told y'all I was bringing more content. So anyways, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna install the CD player inside the Impala. Like I said before, I tried to install the double DIN, but the double DIN is too big for the Impala enclosure or dash or whatever, and I don't want to cut up my Impala because I want to keep this as original as possible because it's in immaculate condition. If the car was already cut up, if I bought it like that and everything was already messed up, I would have no problem cutting it up. But since it's not like that and everything is pretty much, you know, just normal wear and stuff like that, I want to keep it that way. So today we're gonna go ahead and install this Boss radio system. And before anybody gets on my helmet about the cheap radio, the reason why I selected the Boss one is because, first of all, it's only $30. Second of all, it has a USB port, has Bluetooth, has everything I need. And when I was looking up the specs match everything else that I was looking at, like a Kenwood or a Pioneer or whatever. If it decides to be trash once I get all the speakers in and the subs and all that, and all my amplifiers and my control level knobs and all that stuff, then I'll replace it. But for now, it was $30. So what? Who cares? We'll install it and see what it sounds like, and if it's good, cool, you know what I mean? $30 deck, cool, whatever. Anyways, before we get into the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you get a notification every single time we decide to upload, and go ahead and watch the whole video, yo. Watch the whole video. It helps me out a lot, like I said in my previous video. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, grind schoolers, so we got the dash drop. I feel like this will be massively helpful because some of these screws are hidden. So there's one on the side that goes right there. So when the dashboard is up, there'll be one right here. There's like 2, I believe, below here. So under here, there's about 2 of them underneath the dash. On the side of your ashtray, there's going to be one on this side, and then one on this side as well. In order to drop the dash, you got to pull down the glove box, and also you got to pull out the housing up here. So there's a screw here and there's a screw here, and that exposes the screw that clips right there. So I think that will be all of the screws that you need to pull down the dash. But this might be massively helpful to anybody, so that you don't like just rip the dash out and start breaking stuff. There's a few screws that are hidden. Like I said, this screw right here is hidden up under this little housing that goes right here. So and then in order to pull that housing out, you actually got to pull the gear shifter. In the 95, you got to pull the gear shifter down. So hopefully that helps a little bit, anybody looking to pull their dash down and out. And then I think those are the only screws that I had to really get out. So hopefully that helps. But now we're about to yank these screws out of the radio. I'm going to pull this out. Alright, y'all, so I pulled up a wiring diagram on my phone, just to tell me which wires go to which, because obviously the factory harness is not labeled. Alright, so now that we got everything cut up and spliced up, we're gonna go ahead and wrap all the wires together. I got my instructions here for the radio, and I also have the wiring diagram for the rest of those wires in there. I got it off of Google. It's super duper easy to find. And then we're gonna go ahead and wrap these with some heat shrink, and I'm gonna solder everything together instead of using butt connectors, because I think that it looks a lot cleaner, and I kind of feel like it's a lot safer, given that butt connectors can sometimes, especially with thinner wires, it can sometimes slip off or whatever, and then you'll have to pull your dash out again. And also, if you know the wrong wire slips off, it could be a fire hazard. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and knock this out real quick and then plug it in and see what it sounds like. Alright, so I went ahead and got all my wires together. I still got to do the power wires and the ground wires, and then I got to cover up these 3 wires back here because those don't go to the stereo that I have. So I'll just wrap some electrical tape around that and we should be good to go. I stuck this license plate up under there, so when I start soldering it, I don't get solder droppings all over my dash. And it's just basically something to catch the solder if it falls, you know, just some protection. But we're gonna go ahead and throw the soldering on there. Also, I already cut my heat shrink and slid it onto the wire, so after I'm done soldering, I'll just slide them back up, use the lighter, and go ahead and shrink the stuff so that it covers it up. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll plug the radio in and see how it goes. Alright, grind schoolers, so I went ahead and finally got my car stereo bracket. So we're gonna go ahead and throw that in there and put the stereo in there and see what it sounds like. Got all my wires heat shrank, and then I put some electrical tape around these ones just because the heat shrink kind of like the wires are kind of bulging a little bit into the heat shrink, and I don't want them to eventually like get old and then start to bust through the heat shrink. So for some extra added security, I just threw some electrical tape around these wires, and then also these ones as well, so that the heat shrink doesn't slip off or anything like that. And so I also do need to go get a power antenna adapter, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then once we do that, this thing should be ready to go. Finally got the single DIN in there. I think it looks pretty good, man. I like the blue LED in there. It's not detachable, but the car sits in the garage, and I don't think there will be a time where it doesn't ever sit in the garage, so I'm not really tripping on that. Plus it was only $30, so you know what I'm saying. I got the dashboard back in, got a few screws I got to put back in, but yeah, it looks pretty good. I wish that one would have worked, but hey, no harm, no foul. It'll just go in the Elco, and we'll move it like that. But anyways, yeah, I like it. It looks pretty good. I don't see any issues. It's working just fine. All the speakers are working. I would play it, but obviously copyright issues. Anyways, yeah, it got the USB port. It also has an auxiliary port. It has Bluetooth, so I can talk to people while I'm driving. Also connect my phone to it without having to put it in the auxiliary port or put it into the USB. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Turns on and off. Yeah, for $30 you can't really beat it, man. But yeah, so that's that. This job is complete. Alright, grind schoolers, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'm trying to bring y'all as much content as I possibly can, so go ahead and hit that like button, smack that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you get a notification every single time we drop another video. And always remember, work hard so you can live free.